iPad to actually do the live. So welcome everyone to the call. We have 10 people. Now it just went down to 9. So that means somebody left the call. Maybe they went to leave the call to add somebody else on the call, but I want to make sure that I am. Oh shoot, hold on. Wait a minute now. Sister girl trying to multitask here. Y'all seeing everything. Y'all seeing my ceiling. Hold on a second. We're going to start here just shortly. We just want to make sure that, can y'all see me? Hold on. Hello everyone, thank you. Welcome to the call. Can you guys see me okay? Everybody can see me? Okay. Yeah. Okay, great. Thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you for your input. Always got my water. Always have your tea on hand whenever you're doing any kind of training. The leaders always say you should have your products on hand with you. We are enjoying our products together. So just waiting for a couple more minutes because, you know, the people who are new in the business are the ones, we want to make sure those especially are on the call so they can know exactly what is going on, what is happening in TLC. And, you know, it's just really good to have your team on. You notice that the leaders, if you look at the leaders in the U.S., right, you will see that their people, even though they're leaders in the team, they are always on everybody's lives. Like you will see, if Coach Natalie is on, you'll see Boss Lady Meek saying something. You'll see Mania saying something. You'll see Coach Stormy saying something. You'll see Daryl Drake saying something. You'll see all the leaders support everybody's calls, and you'll see other people who are also on the call who are following what the leaders are doing. So if you want your team to grow and you want your team to flourish, then you have to be the model on them. So Tarisha, I see Tarisha is on the call. Thank you guys. Thank you, Tarisha, for coming on. Make sure you get your downline on. We're going to go ahead and get started here. I'm going to give it one more minute and then we're going to get started because we just want to make sure that we are respectful of everybody's time, including my own. I'm very, very, you know, adamant about making sure that we respect people's time because time is something that you cannot get back. Okay, so we're going to get started here in about 30 seconds. 30 seconds, last minute, people can get on the call. Okay, let me see how many people we have on the call now. We have at least 20 people. Let's see, at least we have 19 people on the call. Great. Okay. All right, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and get started because we have 19 on here and we have one here on the Facebook Live. Hopefully it will grow. But just wanted to thank you for coming on the call. Hopefully everyone is able to hear me loud and clear, that everyone is able to see me and everyone is able to understand exactly what it is I'm saying. If you can hear me, go ahead and put 111 in the chat that you are able to hear me, that you are ready to get started. Hopefully you have your notebook, okay? This notebook was gifted to me from Coach Natalie. It's Girl Hold My Hand. So this is a very special book to me. I keep all of my notes together. So try to have a book, right? Try to have a book specifically for TLC and also for any of the calls that we make, right? You want to make sure that you are able to go back to those notes, you know, just in case, you know, your coach says something or, you know, I say something and you want to write it down and you're in the middle of the night and instead of calling your sponsor or your upline all wee hours of the night, which some of y'all still do, you can look back in your notes and look and get the answers that you need. But again, welcome to the call. For you guys who do not know me, I am Coach Shanie, better known as the Detox Tea Lady here in Barbados, and I am an executive director here in Total Life Changes. And I decided and dedicated, I said I was going to dedicate a time every single week to ensure that people are being trained in the business and that people are understanding exactly how their business works. So I commend you for being on the call today. And I just want to go ahead and the first part of the call is actually going to be what our basics is, okay? If we have new people on the call, and even if you're a seasoned a TLC rep, it's really good to still hear what getting started is all about. So today I'm going to show you how you can grow your business. We're going to talk about edification, you know, what edification means. Some people may not know exactly what that means. And I want to be able to have you guys experience today what edification really means. But before we get started, right, like when you got in TLC, like everyone got in TLC for their own various reasons, right? And one of the things that I learned when I got in the business and what keeps me going is you got to have a why. Okay, you have to have a why as to why you are doing this business. Like, what is your reason, right, for doing this business? So, like, take a couple seconds and just think about what is your why. Like, why are you doing TLC? Why are you doing TLC? And I'm open to you guys interacting with me because, like I said, I do want this to be interactive. If you want to unmute yourself and talk, or if you want to type, it doesn't matter. But I do want you guys to know that you know, you are free to, you know, respond. But what is your why? What is your why? Anybody would like to share what their why is? What is their reason for doing TLC? Like, is it money only? Is it, like, what is it?
Okay, I'm talking from the Bahamas.
Hello. Welcome to the call.
Hi, and my why is to make the money. Also, I've seen a lot of products that can help me lose weight.
Okay.
So that is one in my main reason for being here.
Great. Okay. Thank you for sharing. Thank you, guys. Does anybody else want to share their why? Like, what is your why for starting TLC? Your why could change, you know, because your why, you could start off in the business as feeling one way about TLC, like becoming a part because of this, but then like it could evolve or change into something else. Is there anybody else who wants to share their why? No? Okay. Well, I'm not going to force anyone to share their why, but your why should be so strong, right? That whenever you feel like you want to give up, whenever you feel like you want to throw in the towel, your why is what is keeping you going. You ever understand that? Like, your why should be so powerful. Like, your why, my coach used to tell me, because I have a life coach as well, right? I do other things other than TLC, and I have a life coach, and my life coach would tell me that if your why for doing something does not make you cry, like if it literally does not make you bawl, it's not strong enough. And so if it doesn't resonate inside of you so deep that it would like make you like bawl like a baby, then your why is not strong enough. And you have to figure out what your why is of doing this business. So if your why doesn't make you cry, it's not strong enough. Because if it doesn't make you cry, then anything can sway you from getting off track. Anything can sway you from leaving the business or for quitting or giving up. So please make sure that, you know, just something to think about when you are, you know, maybe rethinking what your why is for this business. But first, know what your why is. And is that someone talking?
No, I was going to share my why. I was trying to share, but I was having some technical.
Okay, sure. I would love to hear your why. What is your why?
Sorry.
Go ahead. You're singing to us? That's your why? Who's that? Oh. Somebody's okay, I have somebody here on Facebook saying that their why is to become healthier and stop living paycheck to paycheck. Very good. Thank you, Vincent, for sharing that. Who's that? That is somebody is unmuted and playing music in the background and everything going on. Is that Lakeisha?
Right.
Okay.
Shanie, I wanted to share my why.
Go ahead. Lakeisha, Beth, please mute yourself. Olivia, please mute yourself. Okay, go ahead, Sonia.
Right, so I wanted to share my way. One, I was tired of living from paycheck to paycheck.
Mm-hmm.
Two, I had tried another networking company before, and it definitely did not work for me.
Okay.
So I wanted to be part of something that was going to be real, something that I can actually see the benefits of it.
Uh-huh.
And I have some goals that I would like to be able to meet. some goals and objectives financially.
Mm-hmm.
And I think TLC has opened that door for me to actually get going with those goals.
Good.
And because I realized that it is a company that each one helps one, I'm just fully on board. So my way, yes, is to make that extra cash,
Mm-hmm.
but my way is also to be able to meet those financial obligations and goals that I have set.
Very good.
Because I had to hit the back button.
Good. Glad. Thank you, Sonia, for sharing that. And so I just
You're welcome.
thank you so much. And I just advise everyone to just rethink what their why is, or just like put on paper what your why is. Like, what is your why for doing this business? Now, another thing that we want to talk about, like once you have gotten started in the business, right? It is very important that you get trained. Now, and I said this last week. Some people are like, why we gotta go to training? We hear the same thing over and over. We hear the same thing, and I use the example of, when you teach your children the ABCs, you don't just tell them the ABCs one time and they get it, right? They have to keep repetitively going over and over and over what the ABCs are. Even counting, even skip counting, even walking. Like, all these things take training, right? You may not think of it as training, but it's actually training. And so when you become trained, everything has to be hands-on. So this is a hands-on training. So when you guys are tuning into us, when you're looking at this, you're actually learning. You're actually learning about the business, right? So if you think about it, any person who is a master at what they do has training, right? I started teaching almost 25 years ago, and my first year teaching, I sucked, like literally, guys. Like I bombed. I used to go home every day crying. I can't do this. Teaching is not for me. I don't know how to handle these children. It's too much for me. Like, I literally, guys, the first year of me teaching on my own, I was like ready to give up and ready to quit. But now I'm now I'm in my like 25th year. I'm able to I can teach with my eyes closed, hands tied behind my back, with a blindfold on and my ears plugged. Why? Why is that? Because it is something I did over and over and over and over and over and over and over until I became a master at it. And that is what this thing is with TLC. You have to master this training. You have to master it, because you have to be able to one day, right? You have to one day be able to veer off and do your own Zoom training calls with your own downlines, with your own teams, doing your own thing. When I first came into this business, I was in the position that you were in. I was on the other side receiving the training, right, Key? Kian is on here with me, right? Kian will attest to it, right? When we come into the business, we weren't always in the front of the room. We had to learn how to get to the front of the room. It just wasn't one day I was sitting in the front row and then the next day I was in the front. No, it did not work that way. Key and I worked to get to where we are. And everyone on this call who is on here, people who are on here are serious about their business. You too are going to be in a position where you're going to be presenting to your people, just like how Kian and I and Ashanya and Raquel and all the other rising stars and Shanisha and Nature, whoever else who are on the call, how they present to their people. And so it's very important that you get trained. It has to be hands-on. You don't decide one day, a doctor decides one day, I think I want to learn how to be a surgeon. You can read all the books you want about becoming a surgeon. You can read all the books you want about becoming a teacher or a lawyer or whatever the case is. But if you don't have that hands-on training, right? If you don't have that embedded in you, how are you going to be able to really perform properly without having practice? And so anybody my husband's a barber. The first time that he cut a hair, did he mess it up? Probably, right? He probably did. He probably jacked up a whole bunch of people's heads. But now that he has perfected that craft, just like this business, guys, he is like an amazing barber right now. So we got to get into the mindset of this training. I don't know, I got to do training, same thing over and over. But trust me, the more that you learn about this business, the more that you grow. And the more that you grow, the more that you make, okay? So, Kian, do you have anything else to say about being trained? Thank you, Kian, for joining us.
Sure. Training is extremely important. As Shana would have said, we have both been in the business for a year and 5 months now, and we're still learning.
Exactly.
Even today, I learned something new. Last week, I learned something new. So you always have to make sure that you are in attendance whenever there's training, whether there's local training, whether there's overseas training from our amazing coaches. If you want to grow in this business, it's going to come through training.
Yep. It's not just going to fall in your lap. You're not just going to one day wake up and you're going to know everything. You have to study your business. You have to study the compensation plan. You have to study. You got to go in your back office. You got to peel through, read every single thing, right? So you have to make sure that you are trained, right? So one of the things I just want to go over quickly is if you're just getting, okay, how often are the training sessions? Okay, the training sessions, what we are deciding as a team, right? We're deciding as a team. I'm dedicated to doing it every week. Once a week, the leaders, we're going to come together and we're going to do a training, right? Hey, Isaiah, we're going to do a training, right? So we want to make sure that our people are trained, because when you're trained, let me tell you guys, you feel so much more confident. How many of you have ever heard somebody speaking Spanish and you didn't know what the hell they were talking about, right? But what happens when you learn Spanish and you understand what they're saying? Don't you feel a little bit more comfortable, right? About what is about that language or whatever. So learning the business is like learning Spanish. You're not going to know everything until you start to study it. And so one of the things I want to make sure that you guys know, if you're new on the call and you just started your business, there's a few things that I just want to go over with you quickly, and then we're going to go into edification. The number one thing that you need to make sure, right, that you take care of when you first come into the business, besides getting enrolled and everything, is making sure you set your smart ship. Like setting your smart ship is telling the company, I am serious about my business. I am serious about ensuring that I'm going to have inventory coming to me every single month. Every single month, when you set your smart ship, you set it and you forget it. You can set your smart ship for 40, you can set it for 80, you can set it for 120. Our leaders overseas tell us to try to go for the 120. The 120 means that you're able to move up into the company without any issues or problems. So if you set it for 120 and you're ready to hit that first level, you don't have to worry about if you have enough product coming out every single month to qualify for that position, okay? So if you could set it for 120, great. I would suggest you set it for at least 80 if you can. 80 will at least get you to the first couple levels in the company without having to scramble to try to make sure that you have enough products coming out every single month. So making sure you set your your smart ship every single month to get your products. Number one. Number two, you need to make sure you plug into the trainings, right? Which is what you're doing now. Plug into the trainings. Get yourselves trained. After getting yourselves trained, make sure now that you apply what it is that you were being trained about. It's one thing to go and take notes, right? We take these pretty notes. We got these pretty notebooks. We take notes and we close the book and we never revisit it. You have to be able to go back to your training notes, and you have to be able to apply those things that you learned into your business, okay? Now, retail, okay? Retail fast start 2 people. That's what Coach Nally taught me straight out the gate. My first week coming to the business, she said, retail fast start 2 people. I'm like, okay, Coach. She said, retail fast start 2 people. That's all you need to do. Retail fast start 2 people. So after you set your smart ship, retail is the very first thing you need to do. Retail meaning that you need to have product on hand, right? Which we're working on. You need to have product on hand so you can sell your product so you can earn money. Once you earn your monies, you have to now be in the mindset that if you are a business owner, you have to be able to take some of that money that you earn from retailing and invest it back in your business. So when you come into the business, let's just say you come into the business with a 5-pack of tea, which is the most common thing that people come into the business with. So you have a 5-pack of tea. Each of those teas retail for about 50 Barbados dollars. I know we have other people from other countries, right, on here. But 5 packs of tea, $50, that's 250 Barbados dollars that you just got, right? You have to subtract what it is that you initially paid. Once you subtract your initial investment of $160, you're left with, let's see, 160 minus 250. What's 250 minus 160? Is that 130 or something like that? 250. 250 minus 160, is that 130? Something like that? So now you have $130 profit, okay? $130 profit that you have, can be 190. I'm doing a lesson here with my son, right? So yes, you're gonna take that. Is $90 left? 250 minus 1. My son is right. Okay. $90. Thank you guys. So $90. So you're gonna take that $90, add a couple of extra dollars with it, get another 5-pack of tea. Take that money, you're gonna flip it. You're gonna keep flipping it and flipping it and flipping it. When I first came into business, I think Kian came into the business with 15 teas or 25 teas or something like that, right? She took her money. I'm sure she didn't go and spend it and blow it and say, woohoo, look at all No, she reinvested in her business to get more products. So you got to make sure that you have product on hand in order to retail. You also need to make sure that you are properly advertising your website. You guys are sleeping on this website. I'm so serious. This website is something else. Most people think, oh, nobody in Barbados wants to order products. Nobody wants to. Well, whatever you speak to yourself, guess what? It's going to happen. If you're telling yourself that nobody's going to want to order from your website, and, you know, Beijing's real funny and iffy, and ain't nobody going to want to woo, whatever you want to say to yourself, then that's exactly what's going to happen. But I've made up in my mind, I told myself during this quarantine, I'm going to get 20 new customers. I told myself that. I'm getting 20 new retail customers, not my own customers that I personally made up myself, right? To get it, right? I said I'm going to get 20 new customers that I don't even know, or 20 family members, somebody outside of me, myself, ordering as a customer. I'm going to get 20, and guess what, y'all? I got 20 customers. I got 20 new customers because I spoke in my head that it was going to happen. Not only that, y'all, right? Not only that, my customers are telling other people about the products. So now I'm getting customer referrals who have referred other customers to me who are overseas. The last girl who just ordered 4 products. Right? 4 products. That's $80 that I earned off a referral. So don't sleep on the website. Put the website out there. Hype up the website. Talk about to your customers how online shopping is the new thing. Amazon.com. Everybody goes to Amazon.com and purchases products. That is what your TLC site is. It's your own Amazon.com with our health products. So please stop sleeping on that, right? Another thing people say is, I don't have any customers. How do I get customers? I don't know how to get customers. Well, you have to build a customer base. When people come into the business, unless you already have a clientele already set, right? Unless you already have a big set of people maybe following you on IG, or, you know, you're already a barber or a hairstylist or a nail tech, or like Kian has her own shop in town, you know, she sees people, whatever. Unless you already have established a big set of clientele, you have to build a customer base. How do you build a customer base? How do you build a customer base? You open your mouth. You open your mouth and you talk to people. You sample out products. Stop being stingy with the products. Order enough extra products that you have products that you can sample out to people. I always buy at least 3 to 4 bags extra of instant teas for me to give out to people. I take my little business card. I take my little my couple sachets. I put them in a little nice little baggie, right? I tie it up. I go out, talk to people about the business. I hand them that little sample. Let me tell you something. Samples bring back money in your pocket. You might be thinking, oh, I gave away $100 in products. I did a giveaway for Kirk's boot camp, right? I did a giveaway of NRGs. I had 10 ladies who purchased products from me even after I gave them products. Now, on top of that, I also got a new rep out of that. So when you see giving away products is not technically giving away products, right? You're sowing a seed into your business. So you want to make sure that you invest in your business, get those extra products to sample out to people. That's how you get customers. Now, it takes time. Y'all ain't gonna lie, y'all. It takes time. It takes energy. It takes money to be successful in this business. You can't buy a 5-pack of tea every month and think you're going to be executive director next month. It's not happening. It's not going to happen. I'm sorry to burst your bubble. You're not getting to executive director with a 5-pack of tea every month. It's not going to happen. You're not getting to executive director with 1 50-pack of tea every month. It's not going to happen. You have to invest in your business. So you have to have products on hand. See, people are going to do, and your team is going to do what you do. Your team is going to do what you do. So not only is it about building customers, but it's also about getting people to join your team, to get people to join your business. And one of the things that I wrote down here is I said that, let's see what I say. You can't put someone in a position that you aren't in yourself. So you can't expect that someone, right? We're talking about retail, I know, but I'm kind of jumping around because this kind of ties into, recruiting people in the business. But when you're talking to people about the business, people got to be able to look at you and see that you can take them somewhere. People got to be looking at you to say, this person's on to something. This person can probably lead me to what it is, how I can fulfill my why. This person could probably take me to another level in this business. Nobody's going to want to follow you if you ain't doing nothing. Straight. Nobody's going to follow you if you aren't doing anything in this business. Right? You can't be sitting on the couch, foot up, flipping through your phone on IG, laughing, laws, whatever y'all want to call it, on everybody's posts. You know what I'm saying? But you ain't even investing your own time into posting online, which is what I'm going to talk about next. Posting online 6 to 8 times a day. You should be in your stories on Facebook, in your stories on Instagram. You should be on your WhatsApp statuses. You should be posting 6 to 8 times a day creative content, not just copy pasting somebody's post. Anybody can do that. You can copy paste words. I steal a lot of y'all stuff, to be honest, Key. Thank you, appreciate it. I steal a lot of Key-Ann's, I steal Keisha's, I steal a lot of people's words, but then I may put it with my picture, right? So you guys want to be able to promote your business 6 to 8 times every single day on your stories, right? Make sure you're doing that. People are more prone to watch. I watch my husband on a night. He takes about 30 minutes and he goes through people's statuses at night before bed. And I hear he go, ha, 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 laughing and hitting his head back and everything, right? I'm like, what are you doing? Oh, I'm looking at people's statuses. It's called status watchers. People watch statuses at night. So that's why you should be putting your ads on the social media, on the stories, because that's what people do. It's easier for them to see the little stories. They flip themselves. They don't have to literally scroll like this, right? A story would just keep going automatically by themselves, because people lazy, let's be honest, right? People be looking at it and it just be scrolling through. And then people, oh, I didn't know this. Or my husband be like, oh, I didn't know such and such died. Look, such and such got killed. Or such and such, everything is on a story now. And so let's take advantage of that. So promoting 6 to 8 times a day on your stories. Know your audience, right? When you go and you join these Facebook groups, or you're on Instagram, or you're approaching people about the business, you have to know your audience. Because what works for Peter won't work for Paul. When I started, I just my son got me on what's the name of that app when they be dancing and all that? What's TikTok, yeah. TikTok, y'all. Look, I'm on TikTok. I'm 45 years old, right? Trying to be on somebody's TikTok, right? Trying to do all these little dances. My son teaching me how to do all this and whatever. Okay, all right. That's all fine and dandy, but I can't approach those children or those teeny boppers or young adults, or whatever you want to call them. I don't even know what you call them nowadays. But I can't approach them the same way that I would approach a mature adult. So I have to go at them at an angle of what is going to interest them. If they're into their looks, their skin, making sure they don't have no acne and all this, then I'm going to promote that product to them. I'm not going to go and promote a multivitamin to a teenager. You got to know your audience. You have to know your audience. You have to be able to be a problem solver. You have to be able to look at people's statuses and see, okay, what kind of problem they got. Oh, okay. I'm looking at everybody's posts, and I'm seeing where can my product, what product can I kind of merge into? Like I can kind of collaborate, right? This is what I do, right? I study people's statuses, I study people's posts, and I look and say, okay, oh yeah, she said she up all night, but she can't sleep. Bam, let me get her this CBD tea. Bam, let me give her this Harmony. Bam, let me do this, let me do that. You have to be, you got to be a hawk. You got to watch. You got to study. You got to learn, right? Y'all understand? Give me a 111 if y'all understanding what I'm saying, y'all. Give me some 111s or something to let me know I'm not just here talking to myself, talking to a camera. I want y'all to be able to understand, these little nuggets I'm giving y'all. Very good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, right? Yes. That's what you got to do. You got to study these folks. Study them. Become a product of the product. You can't be talking about losing weight and you got a Whopper in one hand, a Coke in another hand with fries and stuff hanging all off your face. You cannot be a product of the product posing with those kind of things. Pose with your products. We talked about this last week. Always have your product with you. I'll always be, look, somebody might be on here. Like, oh, what's she always drinking? Great, I'm glad you asked me that. Let's have a conversation about it. You always want to have your products in view. Even when I'm talking to people overseas who may not be in a business, you're going to see a bottle of NutriBurst on my table. You're going to see a pack of tea, right? I want somebody to ask me. I want you to ask me what that is, right? I may not mention what it is, but I want people to ask, girl, what's that you always got in your picture? Or what somebody asked me that, my cousin just last week asked me, what is that thing that's right there that you always drinking? Oh, I'm glad you asked. New customer. So you always want to have your products present with you, okay? Always want to have your products present, okay? As I said, becoming a product of the product. Your money is locked up in your transformation. I learned that from another coach, Coach Angie. Your money is tied up in your transformation. If you have a lot of weight to lose, right? And I got more weight to lose myself. I lost my little 25 plus pounds with the tea. But sister girl still got a little extra on me that can come off. And I know that when I get that little extra off of me, I know that my funds are going to increase. Because as the more weight that I lose, the clearer my skin gets, right? The more confident I become, my sales go up. Why? Because people are seeing a transformation. People are seeing a transformation. People are seeing that what I was, what I used to be, and they're seeing what I have evolved into. I never thought this time last year that I would be sitting here doing a live right here on Facebook, or even doing a training in front of you guys. There's no way you could have told me that I would be doing this. Like, I was not that confident to stand up in front of people that I don't even know, right? To be able to share with you guys how to do this business. So your money is tied up in your transformation. Write that down. Your money is tied up in your transformation. When you start to transform your body, you're going to start looking different. You're going to start acting different, right? You can't tell me, right, if you have 100 pounds to lose and you lose that 100 pounds, that you're going to be the same person you were with that extra 100 pounds. You're going to think you just stuff, right? You're going to think that you are all of that, because you are. So your whole demeanor is going to change. So again, your money is tied up in your transformation. The more weight you have to lose, the more bank you're going to get. Let me say that again, y'all, because there's some people on the call, right? It's some people on the call that have, and I love every single person on this call. I love all of yous. All of yous I love. But the truth be told, we all have something that we can get better at. We all can transform our bodies a little bit better. We all can gain a little weight in some areas that we need to gain a little weight in. We all can have our face cleared up a little bit better. We all can, you know what I'm saying? We all have things that we can work on. And so your transformation, your money is tied up in your transformation, right? Another thing you want to make sure you focus on is helping other people. This is all tied into retail, right? Retail. Help other people. You have to always look for a way how you can help someone. Just like how I said, like I see people's status and they say they can't sleep. I got something I can help you. Always look for a way to help somebody solve an issue, right? Don't not say nothing to the person who's sitting here up all night because they can't sleep and you got something that can help them. Come on now, y'all. Open your mouth and tell the person, look, I got this thing, blah, blah, blah. If they choose to reject what you say, that's their business. You did what you were supposed to do by telling them about the product, right? And another thing for retail, the last thing I want to say is making sure you taking pictures of yourself with the product. Take pictures of the products, like I said, in real life. Don't just take the stock photos from the website and put on your page and talk about who wants to lose 5 pounds in 5 days. Don't nobody believe that. But somebody gonna believe you sitting in front of a camera, right? With a before and after picture, with you having the tea, you drinking the tea, you doing a boomerang, whatever my boomerang is for the day. I don't know what I did this morning, right? But whatever creative way that you want to be able to promote your teas or your products, make sure you do that. Okay? All right, are there any questions so far? Right? That's retail. That's retail. I know, Key, we got another meeting coming up, son. I know we got another meeting coming up. Let me get through this really quick. Right? Open your mouth and talk to people, because people are watching you. People watch you. People watch consistency. I had 3 customers who slid in my DM and said, Shanie, you inspire me. I see you every single day. I see you posting. I see you having positive messages. I like the way you are with your family. I love the way you are as an educator. You're da-da-da-da. Like, all these people like to see consistency. You can't post today and then 5 weeks later put another post and then expect for people to follow you and want to buy your products. You have to be consistent in everything that you're going to do, okay? So that is the retail part, right? And when people connect with you, this is another thing too, right? When people connect with you, right? People connect with your spirit or your energy. People connect with you, they're more prone to join you in a business. Now, a lot of people want to run out and join, Coach Stormy's team and, Coach Meek's team, and they're all wonderful leaders. But people want to be able to connect with somebody in real life. Like, what are the chances of you honestly joining one of the big leaders' teams and you really having a personal relationship with them? I mean, we're blessed to have a personal relationship with Coach Natalie Nicole Smith, right? Who is my sponsor. I'm blessed to have a relationship with her. But if I didn't know Coach Natalie Nicole, if she didn't approach me and ask me about this business, I don't know if I would be able to even reach her. If you guys understand what I mean. So you want to be able to connect with whoever it is that has brought you in the business. You want to be able to connect with them on a level that can help you. So that is retail, okay? Retail. The other two real quick I want to talk about is fast start. Fast start meaning finding finding somebody. Find somebody in the business who wants to get in. Find someone who wants to get in the business with you. Find someone who could. This is all kind of tied together with my retail. Like, you see how it just kind of smoothly just collaborated all together, right? Fast start is finding somebody to join you in business. Again, that goes back to connecting with people. 2 people. That's the third thing. Finding 2 people to again connect back with you. A lot of my reps in the business used to be my customers. So you want to make sure that you don't want to turn. What does Coach Stormy say? You don't want to turn a good customer into a bad rep, right? Your customers are going to be really good reps if they decide to become a rep because they know that the products are working, right? So retail, fast start, 2 people. In a nutshell, that's what we're doing. Retail, fast start, 2 people. Now, how does this tie into edification? Okay, are there any questions about retail, fast start, 2 people? I kind of did it all in one little lump thing, right? Because me as a teacher, I like to clump stuff and like intertwine it together and stuff like that. That's kind of like how I'm a master teacher.
Good evening.
Yes, good evening. Yes, tell me.
I think my issue would be when I'm posting, I get some. I guess I would normally post on Facebook, so then eventually it was blocked me from posting again.
Okay.
About the product.
Okay.
I take my own pictures and so on sometimes, but where else can I post?
Okay. So are you posting on groups, Facebook groups, or on your own Facebook page?
On my own Facebook page and on groups.
Okay, I know groups for a fact. I know you have a limited number of posts that you can do, because otherwise, what it starts to look like is spam. And you guys know what spam is, right? Spam is like a repeated post over and over and over. So what you have to do is you have to be very strategic when you are posting on Facebook groups. Like, you have to post on maybe I would say 2 or 3 groups at a time. So you would take the post, you would post it on this group, this group, this group. Then you're going to wait a few minutes, 10 minutes or so. Then you can go and post that same on another group. As they see it going back to back to back to back, or if it looks like anything that looks like it's any kind of stay-at-home business or anything like that, they are going to block you, because if you look in the rules and regulations, it does a lot of them say that you're not allowed to post about home-based businesses unless it is a actual group that is geared towards home-based businesses. So another thing you can do is change your language up. Change your language up. This is what I do. Instead of saying that looking for distributors or looking for reps to join my business, I don't use those words. I always say looking for brand ambassadors to join my team, or looking for a brand ambassador who is, interested in, I don't know, I can't think of anything right now. Interested. I always have it real typed up real nice. But if you think about it, brand ambassador doesn't sound like really like a representative or a distributor of a home-based business. A brand ambassador sounds like some important position. So you have to watch your language as well when you're out there posting. So I get a lot of hits. Like even today, I got two prospects when I asked them if they're interested in becoming a brand ambassador for a well-known company, and they were like, "Yeah, tell me more." Like brand ambassador. So I was telling another rep the other day. It was so funny. I was like, it's almost like you can either be a side chick or a mistress. I mean, both of them are the same, but like which one sounds classier, right? A mistress. So brand ambassador sounds a little bit more better than a rep or a distributor, right? That's the best example I can give, right? Any other questions about anything?
What about the teas? What should they put about the teas? I had drop off the thoughts and first put tea. Another person have brew. I don't know.
Okay. Well, what you can do for the teas, I haven't advertised teas on Facebook for a while because I used to get blocked a lot. But you can also, does anybody have any suggestions on what they use for their ads for teas? Anybody have any suggestions?
Just put tea. You don't have to put instant tea or brew tea because you're pretty much advertising ayaso tea.
Right.
When the person wants the tea, will contact you and ask you about the tea, then you can let them know what you have.
Right.
Because you might put ayaso instant teas, and then you know next week somebody might see the ad and then you're out of instant tea and you only have brew tea. So just put ayaso tea because people might not necessarily know their version.
Ordinary put tea.
Yes.
Pardon?
No, I think somebody was unmuted. Yeah,
Right.
that's a good idea.
I wouldn't distinguishly put on the chat on the post instant tea or brew tea. Just put ayaso detox tea. That's it.
And you know what too? The less you say, the better. Because once you start going into, it has 9 herbs. Yeah, 9 herbs in it, and it's gonna do this to you and that to you. Then nah. The more you talk, the higher the chance that you're gonna get blocked. Okay. Any other questions about retail, fast start, 2 people? Okay. All right, so let's go into edification now, because edification is one of the things that is going to actually get you customers and reps. And we're going to kind of role play here a little bit today with edification. But edification simply means when you edify someone, you're speaking so highly of them, right? That when a customer or a representative meets them, they already have a high regard for that person. So when you are actually, for example, if you are trying to sell somebody, right? We don't sell anybody anything, right? When you're trying to get someone to, get involved in the business, or if you're trying to get someone to, purchase the tea from you, you can do this by using stories. So when you edify someone, you can edify a product through a story. What does this mean? If you want someone to purchase a pack of, look, I'm looking for my Kari, look, thing. Bring me that pack of tea right there next to the roses. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. So let's just say that you have this. You want to sell someone, and I use that loosely. You want to sell someone this tea. Talking about, oh shoot. Okay, you're not gonna go into talking about, it has 9 herbs in it. You're gonna take it, you're gonna boil it. You're gonna take a liter of water. You're not gonna do all that. You're gonna say, look, girl, look, this tea right here. Look, there's a girl by the name of Tammy Price. Tammy Price, listen, this woman had extra 60-something pounds of her body. She had irritable bowel syndrome. She could barely even go to the bathroom like once a week. She had 3 kids. She was like down and out. She was just really, really bloated. She just felt really, really bad. And when she took this tea, she said, after a few months, she had lost like over 40-something pounds, and she ended up losing like 60-something pounds just from drinking this tea. So Tammy Price, girl, listen. So what you're doing is you're edifying the person, right? You're edifying the person itself, not necessarily the tea. You're edifying the person, not the instant tea. You're edifying the person, not the NutriBurst. You're edifying the person. So what you have to do is you have to become a master at storytelling. So that means that you have to go and you have to study people's stories. How do you study people's stories? You have to go on their page. You have to look and listen and learn.